morning. So as a kid, I was obsessed with gymnastics and I did dream of becoming an Olympic gymnast. I just really lived for the adrenaline. And I also liked it as an adult in my 40s. I wish I could still find a gym place. I think I might do this after the summer. But anyway, when I reached the level where flips on the balance beam were expected, something changed. And it was really fear that crept in. To stay focused, I developed this mantra, I love beam, I love beam. And my pivot game was strong. With hope, faith, and hard work, I believed and I achieved what I needed to. But God had his own flips planned for my life. I survived a house fire and became an orphan at 11. Years later, as a young adult, I was working in a sleek Manhattan office and I watched the Twin Towers fall about a mile away. And that moment of national chaos sparked something inside me. And I joined the U.S. Army, stepping into a life of service, purpose, and I was trained to lead through disaster to create calm in crisis. And ultimately, I was becoming the protector I once needed. A little over a decade ago, I did something brave again, and I returned to the site of the fire. And nature really reclaimed itself. It was wild and beautiful. I remember seeing this faint outline of the driveway, still visible to me, but it was a ghost of the past beneath that growth. And it hit me. The land didn't just survive, it thrived. And so did I. So here's your mind, body, and soul factor. For our minds, fear tries to rob us of love. Fear tried to take the joy I found in the beam and later tried to steal my future. And here's what I learned. Fear is a liar that often speaks the loudest just before a breakthrough. Fear wants us to stay small, but love of life, love of purpose, God can be louder. For our body, I like grounding poses for balance. Standing on one foot, place a sole of the opposite against your inner thigh or calf, the tree pose. Bring your hands to heart center or overhead. If you feel wobbly, breathe through it. Ground down. This pose reminds us that balance isn't about stillness. It's about continual, courageous movements. And for your soul, faith is trust in the unseen. When you stand on that beam or in the middle of life's chaos, you can't always see where you'll land. You may have a plan, but God has a better one for you. But faith is trusting in the unseen, in your strength, in your path, and that sometimes what looks like destruction is actually transformation. Your pivot game is strong. With hope, faith, hard work, and belief, you can achieve anything. So let me ask you, what would it take for you to see that chaos in your life is not your survivor story, but it's your thriver story? Keep moving.